Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the AJS TV channel. I'm live for Aston Villa against Arsenal, the second Premier League game of the season, the first game at home, and what a tough start for a home game. Villa do have a good record against Arsenal, but it's not a game I want Villa to play this early on. I'd rather Villa get a couple games under the belt by the time that we play Arsenal, but here we are. We'll go through the lineups of both teams. We'll do some predictions, get some, you just get talking basically about today in terms of sport. What's happened? Everton look dismal. I'm going to say that right now. If you're an Everton fan, God, it could be a very long and tough season for you lot. Alright, so the lineup. Aston Villa are absolutely unchanged. Thanks for the likes. Hello to everyone on both YouTube and TikTok. I am live on both, AJS TV. You can find me there. Hello to you, George, not Ollie Watkins as well. Right, so I wanted Matson to start today because he was so good against West Ham off the bench. I thought he offered a lot of pace down the left, and it led to a goal, the winning goal. But I do understand why we are unchanged. You don't change a winning team. That's what they say usually. Emi in goal. Cash, Konza, Torres, Digne is the back four. Onana alongside. It's either going to be... it's probably going to be Tielemans with McGinn out wide. But it could be McGinn in the middle, Tielemans out wide. We've seen that a few times last season. Rodgers behind Ole with Bailey on the right. Arsenal... my days, that team is so strong. Raya in goal, Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White. I mean, Gabriel and Saliba probably the best centre-back duo in the entire Premier League. Goodness me. Craxy says 1-0 Villa or the Villa, and AAP14 says hi as well. Matson should start. Konza right back, Carlos centre back. I mean, the fact that Cash is still starting Premier League games is crazy. Carlos is not starting. It's a fully unchanged team from last week. Hello to Typical Jeremy on YouTube. Can't even read that other name. I don't know how you've got that name not censored, mate. But hello to you, I guess. Right, so I think I stopped halfway through. Yes, Gabriel and Saliba, very good defensive duo, as everyone knows. Ben White right back. Declan Rice, Partey, Odegaard in their midfield three. Kai Havertz as a false nine with Martinelli one side, Saka the other. Arsenal still need to get the striker situation sorted, unless I've somehow missed any news. I know they still need to buy one. They've had quite a quiet window, haven't they, Arsenal? Quite a quiet window indeed. On the bench for Villa, the impacts, the players we're looking at. Emi Buendia back on the bench. I'd love to see Emi come on. Emi's basically the entire season out last year with an injury. He got it just before pre-season. Then Tyrone Mings got an injury as well a few days later. Barkley, Buendia, Carlos, the goal scorer Duran, goalkeeper Gauchi, Matson, Nedeljkovic, Philogene, and Jacob Ramsey. So yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be very similar subs to the West Ham game as well. The same type of players are going to be coming on. Cranksy says no, should be starting Carlos considering he got man of the match both times against him last season. He did. But to be honest, I think the best centre backs we have is Konza and Pau Torres. Carlos does handle them well, but it's a false nine out there. So I don't think Carlos is needed. Carlos is really good against the bigger strikers, like the Haalands of the world. The target man, like you could use Man City as an example. The City game at home where we beat them 1-0, Carlos basically kept Haaland out of the game. So that's what he's good at, that one-on-one defending. I don't think it's going to be as necessary with Havertz. I think we need more of the quicker, agile centre-backs. Which I think is why that choice is made. So yeah, Martinez says, come on Villa. The players are getting ready to come out. Come on, you Villa boys. I've got overlays and stuff on my other stream. I just need to make sure they're all working. Give me 1 sec. I have to wait, first of all. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. Oops. So yeah, so excited, so nervous. Guys, give me your score predictions in the chat. Come on, give me your score predictions. What do you guys reckon? Villa did beat Arsenal home and away last season. It was a John McGinn goal, 1-0 in the first game, and a bit of controversy as well. With there was a Kai Havertz goal that was ruled out for handball, if you guys remember that. And in the second leg, it was just a beautiful away day masterclass from Unai. A Bailey tap-in and a Watkins chip over David Raya. Basically, stopped them winning the league because they didn't drop any points other than Villa. They drew with City and lost to Villa. So Villa basically single-handedly stopped Arsenal winning the league. I'm just going to say that. America Fizz We Love says 2-0 Villa. Martinez Season says 2-1 Villa. I'm going to be positive today. I'm going to be positive. I thought we played really well against West Ham. And I thought Arsenal, they did beat Wolves. I didn't think they were super convincing. I thought there were a couple of chances for Wolves that weren't really punished. You'd think of the opportunity with what's his name? Cunha, where he should have scored. They lost the ball in their own third, and Cunha's shot was really poor. And I think they gave a few chances like that away, where Wolves didn't really punish Arsenal, and I feel like a better team would punish a team like that making mistakes. That's what I think. Maybe Villa could do that. I am nervous. I'm excited. Top 4 this season for Villa. I would love that, Mark, to do that again. It's tough. That's a tough thing to ask for. The thing still stayed in my hand. It's a tough thing to ask for. It's not going to be easy. Because obviously teams are going to improve. You look at the likes of Chelsea, Manchester United. I know they lost today, but you got to look at them. Tottenham, they're all going to get better, I imagine. So for us to stay in the top 4, we have to outperform teams like that. That's not an easy thing. We win in the Prem, you never know. But I don't. I say Villa goal, John. Brighton 2, yeah. I mean, I'm mentioning Big Six. Well, I hate the term Big Six, but I'm mentioning Big Six. But yeah, you got teams like Brighton. Brighton are cooking right now, aren't they? Absolutely cooking. Absolutely cooking. What do you guys think of Man United? Very interesting start, shall we say. 2-1 defeat today. I find the decision-making bizarre for Man United. Bruno Fernandes subbed off. Mason Mount's just not working, yet he still wants to start him. He started 2 games now and has offered nothing. And a João Pedro goal to, last minute of the game. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Guys, double tap the screen. Any likes will be appreciated on TikTok. And I'm also live on YouTube, AJS TV. You can watch me both on either here or there, wherever you want to watch. And yeah, we're just waiting now for the players to come on the pitch. John McGinn leading the line with the captain's armband. I am so nervous for this game. So unbelievably nervous. Goodness me. I know if we lose, I know what people are like, because there's been this whole Unai Emery and Mikel Arteta debate recently, and I know even though they have a much better team than us, even though they have a much bigger budget and they have much higher expectations, if they do beat us, I know that's going to be the talking point of Arteta's finally proved he's better than Unai and all that. Where I think you got to take things into consideration. They could very easily beat us. They have beaten us before with Unai in charge. I think it was a 4-2 defeat. Yeah, it was Martinez scoring an own goal in the game. A point I would take. Love all 3 there. If you make them drop any points, perfect. I mean, I'm happy with the point. I'm more than happy. We got a win last week. Despite missing loads of chances, having a setback, we still got the result I think we deserved. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Here come the boys. Come on, you Villa boys. Let's start cooking. Let's get into them. Let's get into them. I cannot show the game. I will get my account terminated. Just like any single YouTuber, TikToker, whatever. You'll ask them the same question, they'll give you the same answer. Watkins will chip. You'd love to see it, wouldn't you? You'd love to see it. Will Watkins, as an Arsenal fan, will he cause them more trouble? As an Arsenal fan, he cost them the league, so must hurt a little bit. Thoughts on Sterling? There's no way Sterling will sign. He's already said he's not interested in Aston Villa, and I don't want him. 300k a week, no thank you. Steer clear, Raheem Sterling. If you guys are not aware, Sterling obviously put out his statement that he's not starting and he's upset, he's angry, and there's been a few teams interested in Sterling. Villa reportedly were one of the teams, but I don't think he wants to come to Villa, and I don't want him anyway. He's 300 grand's wasted. I think he's 31 years old, I think. 30, 31. I'd rather not go for Sterling. Sterling has had bits of quality at Chelsea. A little bit. Now, people are going to get mad at me when I say this. He's a little bit like Foden in the sense of I think he's a system player. Now, stay with me on this. Foden, you look at how he played with England, right? 7 games in the Euros and basically contributed to nothing. But Foden at Man City is incredible. He's excellent. Scores goals, gets assists, one of their top players. He fits that system perfectly. Maybe it's manager's fault, right? Maybe managers don't know how to get the best of him, but Pep does. But Sterling, I think, is similar. I think he's a system-type player. Because the amount of tap-ins he'd get at City, he'd always be waiting. Half his goals, 60-70% of his goals would be tap-ins. And I feel like at Chelsea, he's not done that. He's not done that. He has limited end product. I agree. I absolutely agree. That's just my take. I know it's a bit of a controversial one. Well, I say it's controversial. I've had that opinion about Foden before, and it's only until the Euros other people started to agree that he's a little bit more of a system player than what people like. I like Foden. I think he's talented, but you've got to have everything perfect for him. And you've got to have the right manager, and I feel like there's not many that could do it. Gareth Southgate certainly wasn't one of them, and I feel like Sterling is very similar. And I agree with one of the comments saying he's quite limited, but what he's good at, he's very good at. He's a poacher, he's fast, and if you can get the best out of that, you'll get your goals. I don't think Villa will do that for him, though. We're not going to pass teams to death like that. And score loads of goals, unlike City. Robert says, on loan, I don't think it would be bad. I mean, we can't afford the wages, surely. There's no way we'd be able to afford the loan wages. Holding 5 to Arsenal going to be crazy, says Fade. And I feel like Emery would get the best out of him, says Robert. I mean, Emery is a top manager, but I don't know. We'll see. In Unai we trust no matter what. He's a cleverer man than you and I. And I back him all the way. Did you... Yeah, so I was going to say this as well. And is it real or Real? Pickford. What on earth was he doing for Son's second goal? Pickford's incredible at England. I don't think he's ever made like a big mistake ever for England. He's consistently their best player. Well, for England anyway, which is really sad because we've got a lot of top talent. But, the amount of times he's put in man of the match performances. And yet, for Everton, I don't see it. I don't see it. It's like a different player. It's like his brother plays for Everton, right? While he's just like relaxing on a beach somewhere. And then he gets called up for the England games. The Villa are very... Oh, this is quite nice, actually. Doing a applause in respects to several people who have died recently, including a former Villa keeper in Sarkic, who played for Millwall. He's recently passed away. Craig Shakespeare as well was involved with Aston Villa. It's quite nice to see the club doing that. But yeah. Come on, you Villa boys. Let's get into them. Let's go. Score predictions, guys. We've got 137 of you in the TikTok live. And this keeps coming out. 137 of you in the TikTok live. Please give me your score predictions right now. Give me your score predictions. I'm going to be bold. I reckon it's going to be another 1-0 Villa win against Arsenal. Just like it was at home last season. I think it's going to be 1-0. Give me your score predictions. We are about to be underway. Robert says 2-1. Harrison says 0-0 draw. Mark says 2-1 on TikTok. But Brighton game. Brighton are cooking. I tell you, they're going to be very good. I thought, and now another controversial take, I thought De Zerbi was holding Brighton back a little bit because his performances towards the end of last season were terrible. I think they'd won like 4 in 25, 26. Something silly like that at one point. And they've got a squad there. And I feel like now, without De Zerbi, they might cook. Because I don't know why people like seem to have thought like De Zerbi was like top 3, top 4 managers in the Premier League, and that was never really true. Decent guy, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to do a lot better without him, which I think says a lot. Vicious Beta says 2-1 Villa. Typical Jeremy said 1-1. And Robert thinks Bailey and Watkins will score. We've got a 3-1 to Villa with Luke saying Onana with 2 goals. Alexi thinks Arsenal win 4-0. Kay thinks 2-1 to be fair. Lee says 2-1. Mark says 2-1. Rail says 2-2. I mean, some positive scores. I thought a lot of more people would be saying Arsenal would beat Villa. I know Villa were a bit of a problem for Arsenal last season, but I keep hearing, you know, every season with Arsenal they get better. You know, I hear that Arteta's building a project. We're in what phase 4, 5 now? I forget what phase we're in, to be honest. But they're building. Apparently they're building. And to be fair, you know what? I'll give them credit. They didn't play that well against Wolves, and they still won quite comfortably in the end. And I'll give them credit for that, because it is a sign of a good team. You can play not that great, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 performance, and still get a win. I think says a lot. I think it does. 3-3, Havertz and Watkins hat-trick. That'd be good for the neutral. Wouldn't be good for my heart rate. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get the lineup for the teams up as well. Just bear with me. Oh, and I forgot. I've got overlays on my YouTube stream. If you guys want to see some fancy ass overlays, I can sort that out for you lot. Bear with me. It seems to be a bit bugged recently. I don't know what's going on with Flash Score, but not liking the changes that they're making. So just bear with me. So yeah, we're going to have stats on screen, shots, saves, all that. Expected goals. What do you guys think about XG? I keep seeing, contrasting opinions about XG. Some people think it means absolutely nothing. And some people think it means a lot. I don't really have like a massive opinion on it, to be fair. I think it can be a sign of a team that has dominated, but sometimes the other stats don't show it properly. Alright, there we go. We got the stats on screen. Oh, I forgot to change one of them. It just says Duran got the winner last week. Hang on. A win for Villa today would proper propel us up the league. I know it's early on, and I shouldn't be looking at the league table at any time soon. You should only look at the league table maybe 10 games in. But it would be nice to see Villa towards the very, very top of the tree. World Cup winner, who are you on about? I'm trying to read other people's conversations. Just a bus stop near Wolver. Onana getting some treatment for Villa very early on into this game. I didn't see what happened, to be fair. Up the Villa delayed kickoff. It was slightly delayed, yeah. And Harrison says, you have your European trophy in the tunnel. Yeah, we did. Arsenal have to walk past a European Cup. That's quite funny. I didn't think of that. Yeah. I feel like you can't trust any Rodgers. Wait, this is such an interesting comment. I feel like you can't trust Rodgers to become an elite player. I think Rodgers is a top player. I think that's I disagree with that statement. What do you guys think? I've had someone on my YouTube basically criticise Morgan Rodgers. Well, it's not even a criticism. It's a prediction that he doesn't think Rodgers will do anything at Villa. I actually massively disagree. I think Rodgers will perform. I'm gonna just ban this bot. Not to keep talking about different things every 5 seconds, but have you guys noticed like a swarm of bots on TikTok? I keep getting them everywhere. In my YouTube, not YouTube, in my TikTok live, in my TikTok regular comments. I go on other people's videos. I see all sorts as well. Don't know what is going on, but I keep seeing it. There we go. I blocked the geezer. He's got. I think Rodgers is a top player. I think he dribbles really well. His finishing can be quite good as well. It's a big jump from the Championship to the Premier League. I think he did well last year in that process. Odegaard stabs it forward, but Cash intercepts, and Rodgers with a cheeky nutmeg as well. He does unfortunately lose the ball directly after, but quite a nice little touch there. Again, highlighting the point. He's quite good with his feet. Quite a good technical player. I do like the guy. I think Villa's business has been quite good. In all fairness, the last couple of years, there's not many players I disagree with the signing of. Diaby was a bit of a sad one. Only 1 year. We broke a transfer record for Diaby to sell him a year later. But we had PSR rules, and I think they offered more money than what we paid for. So I understand it from a business point of view. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Is the game on tonight? Are you on about this game, or what game are you on about? I'm reading on other people's conversations. As you can imagine, it has been quite a slow start to this game. I doubt they're going to run at us and press us very aggressively. A little bit of a press going on with Kai Havertz right now. Matty Cash with Martinelli on him. That's a good pass from Cash. We passed right through their press. Here come Villa on the break, potentially. John McGinn. I think he's just took a little bit too much time, maybe. Ball into Bailey. Villa down the right. Bailey into Cash in the box. Cash with a waste of a cross. I think it's just hit Timber maybe a yard after he's kicked the ball. Poor clearance, though. Oh, I say, actually, it should have been a poor clearance. Villa should have intercepted the ball. Here's Martinelli. Oh, poor pass from Martinelli. Saka gets it the far side. Crossing from Saka. Martinez spills it. Oh, but good bit of goalkeeping. Rice. Decision making already in this game is bizarre. I think Cash's cross was a hit and hope, and then I'm just seeing this here. The ball has come back to Rice after Martinez spilt it, and he's just basically passed him the ball. It's got that little power, and it's straight down his throat. I'm not sure if that's the connection Rice wanted on the ball, to be honest. There's no way he meant to do that. But it was a simple save in the end. Rach says up the Gunners. I'm guessing Rach is an Arsenal fan. We'll see if Arsenal will win. I mean, Arsenal fans on Twitter will be desperate to beat Villa. They're sick to death of seeing Unai is better than Mikel Arteta tweets every single day. I saw a poll the other day and it was like 65% in favour of Unai being better than Mikel Arteta. I'll even ask the chat, but I know it might be a bit biased. Maybe more of you will be either pro-Villa or anti-Arsenal, but who do you think is a better manager overall, Unai Emery or Mikel Arteta? That's been a talking point I've seen on Twitter, on Reddit the last 2 or 3 weeks, where people have compared how their careers have gone so far. I think Unai's won a lot more trophies, obviously, but they'll compare his time at Arsenal and they'll use that against him. Mikel who? Says drop shot. Oh, you've changed your name actually, haven't you? Slightly. I remember the AH64 bit. Flapcat Gaming says Mikel who? And it's Roger's been called. Okay, that pass from Rogers wasn't great. All right, the timing of me saying all this, yeah, about Rogers, yeah. So yeah, 9 minutes gone here. Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 0. Another thing I will say is, as soon as I've said Arsenal not pressing, they're starting to press heavily. So I need to shut up, because every time I say something, the complete opposite seems to happen. Matty Cash on the ball for Villa. The pitch, I will say, looks absolutely lovely. I know it does every year at Villa, but goodness me, it is an absolute carpet out there. What's with the lockdown trip? I need to get it. I know, I keep putting it off. That's a foul on Onana. Free kick to Villa. Thanks for the rose, Nelly. Appreciate that. I'm doing good. Hopefully Villa can win and I'll do even better. That's my stance today. I hate how football ruins my mood for the weekend. But if we get absolutely tonked today, I will be miserable. I think the last time I was desperately miserable was when we got battered 4-0 at home by Spurs, and I was just in a foul mood. That was horrible. Especially with Spurs right behind us at the time as well. That was horrid. Spurs fans were everywhere in my mentions, because I criticised them the week before, and then yeah, it's TikTok algorithm is cruel because we lose 4-0, and then within the next day, that video of me slagging off Spurs hit the algorithm, so it's all Spurs fans were like, you're chatting shit about Villa. Sorry, you're chatting shit about Spurs where Villa are this bad and all that. Yeah, that was not a fun time. They did lose to Fulham not long after that, so I had my own back eventually. Thankfully, Spurs are Spursy. But yeah, that's not great. That was a good week. It was just kind of miserable. Yeah, you did go on to lose 3-0 to Fulham. Thankfully, that gave me respite. You losing to Fulham gave me respite because I couldn't really say anything about Spurs up until that point because they battered us, and I'm like, this is bad. It was like a tongue-in-cheek laughing video, just making fun of Tottenham, and didn't age well. Yeah, like I said, it only took a week later for me to get my own back, but yeah. Anyway, is Odegaard for Arsenal? Pokes it through. Gets a little 1-2 with Timber, I think there. Certain Arsenal players getting booed by the Villa crowd. Certain man have been cooked on FPL. I captain Haaland today, and I'm very happy with it. I saw some people triple captain Haaland, but anyone who didn't have Haaland must feel sick to their stomach right now. I don't care. He's like 15 million. He's worth it. Haaland is like guaranteed points in FPL. You just play it like having him like in your team is just, it's so easy. You just slap captain on him most weeks and he'll get you points. It's like the easiest way to play FPL. I'm not joking. Yeah, captain Haaland. So yeah, it's 3 points. It's literally like 3 points you get. I saw Nick Run the Foot Market. He's a FIFA YouTuber. He triple captained Haaland and got loads of points for it. Yeah. Thoughts on Sterling coming to Villa? It's not happening. Sterling not only isn't interested, I don't think. Villa will not pay his wages. It's just, I think it's just a rumour out of nowhere. The background noise on that Fulham Spurs vid pissed you off. Tyler says up the Arsenal and more Arsenal gas. I mean, sure. As a Millwall fan, shouldn't you hate other teams in London? I don't get how this works, right? Teams in the Midlands don't like each other. Coventry don't like... I mean, Villa don't care too much, but everyone in the Midlands hates Villa. Like, Coventry hate Villa, Leicester hate Villa, Blues hate Villa, West Brom hate Villa, Wolves hate Villa. All Midlands related. Surely all the London teams hate each other. So I don't get how a Millwall fan is saying, like, come on, Arsenal. I am indeed. My accent's not like super, super strong. But all my family's there. Went to uni there. Villa, humbling inbound. And we got a Liverpool fan in the chat. You'll never walk alone. Will they ever buy players? What is it? You'll never sign players again? Like, what's going on with Liverpool? Will they buy someone? That is the question. Isaac or Watkins? I'm actually unbiased, and I think Isaac is a better player. I know Villa fans will not agree with that, and I think sometimes you've got to look at your squad and look at players in general, without tinted glasses. I actually think, not by a lot, but I think Isaac is marginally better. That's just, that's my controversial take. I think he's got, like, Watkins is older, and I think Isaac has a really high potential. I think he has to leave Newcastle for it, but yeah. As harsh as that sounds, I do think that's true. Isaac, more goals or being injured, and he's 4 years younger. I've seen loads of people say like Isaac is the closest modern day player to Thierry Henry, and I know that's a little bit disrespectful to Henry, but modern day forwards are just not like the past, and I think he is probably the closest you're gonna get. Name me someone who's more similar to Henry. Saka, whisker wide. Goodness me, it's a save from Emmy. Arsenal starting to cook Villa here. They are cooking Villa. That's a great save, Emmy. Best keeper in the world, ladies and gentlemen, right there. What a save. Crazy shout, but facts, says Harrison. Where's the new kit, PJ Fake? You know, so your football culture knowledge is crazy. You should know that you're supposed to wear the kit from last season. That's how it works, right? If you go down the games, like the proper hardcore fans, you don't wear that kit season. That season's kit for some reason. That's like a thing people do. And I've never understood it really, but that's the thing. Whistle goes. I'm telling you. Well, some people wear like Stonies and, you know, all the hooligan stuff. But the idea is you're supposed to wear like an older kit. Like either a classic kit or a few years ago. And then like if you're playing like Sunday League football or 5-a-side, 6-a-side, or you go out, that's where you wear your kit. I don't know why. That's just what some people do. I'll buy the kit first game. Oh, you don't do one of those where you don't put the kit over clothes. I hate when people do that. You get like a hoodie and then you put your shirt over the hoodie. I think it's diabolical when people do that. I hate it. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, well, it's not over. It was still bad. That's the worst. Yeah. That's horrid. I see it. I do see it, man. It is horrid. And the hoodie colour will be like nowhere near the colour of the kit, so it just looks bizarre. Now I didn't have my earpiece in, but I swear Torres strikes a ball against an Arsenal player, and now Arsenal have a throw-in. What did I miss? Did it like double ricochet back off Torres? Villa have not started this game very well, by the way. It's been... it hurts me to say it has been all Arsenal. It does sicken me to say this. Guys, do double tap the screen. We've got 4.6k likes so far. So if you haven't already, please do that. It'll be fantastic. Any shares, likes, and all that good stuff will be appreciated also. Gabriel back to David Raya. 18 minutes in this game. What I struggle to remember like 5 passes Villa have done, to be honest. We have struggled so far. We had that one counter-attack where we played through the press with Cash down the right. But it didn't lead to anything. In fact, it led to an Arsenal chance down the other end. So, yeah, it's been a very slow start for Villa. Watkins with a bit of a press. Can we squeeze high? Is Ben White. Back to Gabriel again. Thanks for all the follows and stuff. I appreciate that, guys. Will Ben White get back in the England team now Southgate's not the manager? That's another talking point. He shouldn't, because he rejected England. I feel like if you say no to England, right, you probably shouldn't get that chance again, because it's, you know, it's a bit disrespectful, but yeah. He probably will get that chance again, because people don't care. They want to win. And if they view him as a better fullback than an aging Kyle Walker, then, well, he shouldn't play ahead of Trent anyway. Terrible pass in midfield. Onana picks it up for Villa. Gets away from Odegaard. Onana into Bailey. Very good from Onana, actually. Carried the ball well. Beat a challenge. Bailey slips a little bit there as he passes the ball. We have to stop play here. Has Bailey hurt himself? Bailey's still on the floor, writhing in pain. Yeah, it happened in front of the Arsenal fans, so they were just like cheering it. Goodness me. Goodness me. Why is he so hurt? I didn't see anything in that, to be fair, but you know, what do I know? He's gonna have to get a little bit of treatment here, I imagine. "20 minutes gone. We've already had a few stoppages in the game. Still 0-0. Oh, he hurt himself in a turn. Yeah, he twisted and turned, and he's hurt his leg in doing so. That's bad. We don't really have a great number of wingers. We've got Philogene that could come on and play that side maybe. Bailey is supposed to be a starter 24/7. Like, he's always the dependable winger for Villa. I imagine he'd start most games if fit. So that's slightly worrying. Yeah, Philogene is getting ready just in case. He might actually have to come on, which is crazy. Unai sat in his chair for now. I can never read this man. He never looks like concerned, happy, angry. He's always composed. He's got a poker face a little bit. He got angry once at half time. He started drilling the player. I think it was Olympiacos when we're getting beat. It's the only time I ever saw him get mad. I think Bailey wants to continue. Walking down the touchline now. I think he's going to continue, which fair enough. I mean, he did hurt himself, so it's a bit of yeah, leg injuries, bit of a mess. Long ball from Torres, knocked down by Watkins, won back by McGinn, hooked forward. Ollie can challenge. Villa do we get the throw in? We do. Villa throw in. Come on. Bailey back on the pitch now. I thought we were going to take that quickly. I thought the momentum was carrying the ball for Villa there. And Digne probably could have gone a little bit more ballsy there. Tried to find Ollie quick from the throw-in. Instead, we have to go now backwards. Watkins with one touch in the game, and that was it. That little flick header was his first touch. 22 minutes in the game. He has been very well marshalled so far. It hurts me to say it. Raya distributing out short. Gabriel. Sadly, can't watch the match because I can't watch the match because of a VPN. Can you just change the location? Am I being silly? Thanks for the 6 roses. I appreciate that, Dennis Post. Thank you very much, man. Is Ben White? It's all the Arsenal fans singing in the corner as well. That's all I can hear. Martinelli stabs it forward. Good pass, actually. If Rice can keep it in play, but he cannot. And it will be a goal kick to Villa at the whole 10. Guys, double tap the screen. We're on 5.5k likes on TikTok. I appreciate all the support. Jerome says, hey, I want a birthday win today. Well, happy birthday, mate. And I hope Villa get you a birthday win. I will say, as of right now, it's looking a bit dicey. Villa have just not really gotten into the game. If you guys disagree with me on anything, you can tell me in the chat. I just personally don't think Villa have... I think we've got a lot of respect for Arsenal. And there's a bit of tension in the passes. We're struggling to create anything, really. And, yeah. It's ironic because as soon as I said Arsenal are not really pressing Villa much, they've just started to press the life out of Villa, and it has it's been effective so far. That's what I will say. Is Thomas Partey? Rogers next to him again. It's been a very slow game, but I mean, what can you expect really? Is Onana an upgrade on Douglas Luiz? Well, that's a tough question because they're very different players. Oh, chance for Villa. Rogers, Watkins. Oh no! Ollie Watkins misses a sitter. Watkins has missed a sitter. Oh my goodness me! Ollie Watkins has missed an absolute sitter. Rogers pokes it forward. Watkins on the penalty spot with Raya to beat. He drags it wide. Oh, yeah, my goodness me. I mean, I don't know what Arsenal are playing at. As Gabriel lost the ball. Rogers pokes it through. Watkins in on goal. 1-on-1. Snapshot puts it wide. I can't believe that. Well, that's woke the crowd up a little bit. But goodness me, it should be 1-0 to Villa. Horrible miss from Ollie. And now Arsenal's Timbers have given the ball away. Villa get a throw in, and the crowd is starting to get going at Villa now. Oh, I did forget to mention, by the way, Cash had an injury and Nedeljkovic had to come on. I did forget to mention that while I was talking at some point. So we've had a couple injury issues at Villa so far. Here come Arsenal down the right. Ben White into Havertz. Good tackle. Brilliant from Pau Torres. I can't believe Ollie's missed that. I cannot believe Ollie's missed that. I'm stunned. Ollie managed to pick out the corner in the semi-final against Netherlands from a stupid angle, squeezed it in. You know, like pinpoint accuracy, and then first home game of the season, he gets the ball on the penalty spot, drags it wide. I'm still in shock he's missed that. Maybe he didn't expect it to actually come to him. I don't know. Rodgers does brilliant to find him. Really good weight on the ball. Found him acres of space, middle of the goal. Raya had to just rush out to do anything he can to stop it. But, you know, if it's on target, it's most likely going to go in. To miss that is criminal. And I had a question earlier which I still didn't answer because of the situation. Is Luiz an upgrade? Is Onana an upgrade on Luiz? In some ways, yes, but in other ways, no. Luiz is a bit more of obviously a technical player. Can swing a corner in, as we've seen a few times. Set piece taker, as in penalties and corners. However, Onana offers you that physical threat. He's quite physical midfield. I feel like he's a bit more versatile. I feel like Luiz, despite the fact that he's played central midfield, defensive midfield, sometimes in a more of like an advanced role midfield, he's only really good at one of those, where Onana can play centre mid, defensive mid, and do a very standard, decent job. And because he's so tall, offers such a physical threat from corners. Like, sometimes you just got to get the basics, and we don't have the tallest team in the world. We get a corner, we score against West Ham. Like, that simple. That miss might determine the game. God, man. If we lose this game, I will just be thinking of that over and over and over again. We've been second best for this entire game. One mistake made by Gabriel. We're in, and we still miss. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's genuinely broke my heart. And the game is still nowhere near over, and it's crushed me. Ollie of last season would never miss that. No way. A fit Ollie Watkins from last season on form would never miss that. He hasn't had pre-season. And he had a very frustrating Euros with not really playing many games. I don't think he's fully fit, but for goodness sake. Didn't you able to throw him for Villa? I think Duran scores that. Duran scored a much harder chance against West Ham, so it's not a wild shout by any means. Duran bags that. The thing with Watkins, he plays so much unconfident. Yeah, he does. He's a very heart and sleeve player, isn't he, Ollie? Which means if things are going well, they're going well. But when things get a bit rough and, yeah, can affect him. He does. I feel bad for him, right? Because he does everything right. He gets into the right position. And yeah, you can't tell him. You can't tell me anyway that his positional awareness, it is very good. But you've got to finish that, man. At least make Raya save the ball, for goodness sake. Is Saliba. It's a rare mistake from Gabriel. I feel like Gabriel doesn't make that many, but it was a rare mistake from him. Gabriel to Saliba. Ben White, half an hour gone here. Still Villa 0, Arsenal 0. Haven't really had many chances in this game. Arsenal had a half chance with Declan Rice. Oh, they did have a shot with Saka, which was really well saved from Martinez. But you're really struggling to, you're struggling to pick out many opportunities in this game. Digne apparently has fouled Saka, but it wasn't initially given. Saka snapped in half by the Frenchman. Right in front of Mikel Arteta, he was screaming about it. Timber. Here's Thomas Partey. It's a good ball. Rice into Martinelli. Havertz. Rice on the left. Cross. Good header away. Maybe McGinn can keep this. 2 on him. Oh, that's brilliant, John. Fantastic, John. Takes it quickly as well. And he's found Rodgers. Villa on the break. This is like a 3-on-3 if we time it. Rodgers. Oh, fuck's sake, man. The pass was... Oh, the pass was... It was so telegraphed. He had one option with Bailey, and he took like an extra 2 seconds. You get that in the Championship. You don't get that in the Premier League. Now, Partey from distance blazes it over, and that's a goal kick of Villa. Oh, fucking hell, man. Thanks for the follow, Conrad. I appreciate that, man. Real said it should be 1-0 Watkins. Oh, no. How's Nedeljkovic? He's been all right. He hasn't really been involved in this game, to be honest. They're not really attacking like 1v1 against him down the right hand side. So he's had a very quiet time so far. They've mainly focused down the middle, down the right with Saka. So yeah, he hasn't had too much to do. Martinez goes long. It's going to be left by McGinn. Watkins picks it up, but I tell you what, defensively Arsenal have been very good. Oh, McGinn does well there. Free kick to Villa. McGinn. I tell you what, McGinn the last few minutes has battled. He's like a dog in there. Again, it's like 2 Arsenal players on McGinn, and they have to foul him. Saliba rolling around as well like he'd been shot. That's crazy. Please tell me Watkins isn't going to have 1 season now he's fried. Ah. Well, it's too early. It's too early, guys. But Purple Patch Watkins, I could be seeing as like a headline or something at some point. I don't know. I back Ollie, but we'll see. Free kick comes in. He just remember, right? Last season he didn't score for like 5 games. Chelsea game scored. Oh no! Flag stays down. This should be a goal. Havertz. Hey! Havertz has wasted it. Havertz has wasted like a 3-on-1 there for Arsenal. It's a terrible pass looking for Saka. I don't know what he's doing. I felt dejected there. I saw that he was most likely going to be onside. Flag stay down. Onana chips it through towards Ollie. Ollie keeps it in play by the corner flag. Saliba all over him. Oh, no way. Whoa! Whoa, a bit of handbags here. McGinn blasting the ball against Saliba, and then Ben White, was it, hammers the ball against McGinn. All the players go together. Goodness me. Hi, I haven't been on there for ages. How you doing, Jude? What's good? I tell you what, John McGinn is always involved in these as well. He just... I don't know if he does this on purpose, John, but he hammers the ball into Saliba. And then it was... Saliba basically takes a dive. And then, Ben White smashes it into John. So, White, in all fairness, White and McGinn should both be on yellows here. Because they both did something a little bit naughty, I think. A little bit naughty. Yeah, I have facial hair these days. There you go. Oh, man. Yeah, that Kai Havertz is onside from the pass. He fucks this up, truly. Royally. Terrible pass. I have just dropped... Oh, shit. My earpiece tip has fell off. Yeah, not Ben White. Kai Havertz, wasteful. Quite wasteful for Germany as well in the Euros, but 3-on-1 there. Should find his target. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. 35 gone here. Villa 0. Arsenal 0. Slowly but surely, yeah. She's referring to Villa as like we now. That's a good sign, right? Like, when do we next play? When do we have a game? Who do we, in that kind of conversation, who have we signed? It's not who are Villa. It started as who are Villa. Now it's who are we. Slowly but surely. Getting the missus on the Villa train, mate. Oh, man. Yeah, slowly getting. 36 minutes gone. Villa 0. Arsenal 0. I don't even know what to make of this game, to be honest. I just keep thinking back to the Ollie chance. Oh, man. Here's Martinelli. Against Nedeljkovic. He's going to have a tough afternoon, Nedeljkovic, I tell you. Yes, they lay it off to Rice. Rice with the cross. First time. Header away by Digne. Only as far as Odegaard beats one. Offside, Saka. Free kick to Aston Villa. That was nifty footwork from Odegaard there. I will at some point. It would be funny to do it live. But Jake says, come on, Villa. What have you guys made? If you're a Villa fan, Arsenal fan, neutral, what have you made of this game so far? I think it's been a bit... I don't know. It's... I want to say Arsenal have been the better team, but we've had the better chance. I think that's probably the best way to describe this game so far. I think Arsenal's game plan has been very good. We nearly scored from an individual mistake from Gabriel. It wasn't like a bit of magnificent Villa play. This might be though, but that's a very well interception. Very good interception, I should say. That's brilliant. Is that Timber coming out of position? Oh, goodness me. That is class. Cheers, mate. Your name is Brick. Get hit with one. Here's Konza. Back to Emi Martinez. Emi goes long. Again, I tell you what, Timber's had a class game. He has been absolutely rock solid. Daddy Williams says, up the Villa. How you doing, mate? Is Saka. Oh, square ball. Bailey forward. Looking for Rodgers. I mean, it's hit and hope, really. Yeah, the game plan has, I don't know. It's not quite been it, but it's hard to criticise when you are playing a very good team like Arsenal. But I feel like we've not threatened them much. Other than that individual mistake by Gabriel, we've not really done anything to Arsenal. Rice now. Back to goal. That's a good pass. Martinelli. Could be a goal. Oh, goodness me, Havertz. Was that a tackle onto Havertz's leg? I think this might be unbelievable defending from Konza. I mean, regardless, if it's hit Havertz, hit Konza, or whatever, this is unbelievable defending from Ezri Konza, making up loads of... Oh, it's actually... Wait. What did the camera pan to Konza then? It's just hit Havertz and gone wide. That's just terrible from Havertz. I wanted to give praise to the defender there, but Havertz just messed that up royally. Not entirely sure where the camera panned to Konza. I mean, that's all on Havertz. He's just not... I tell you, he's all right, Havertz, but if you want to win the league, he's not your man. I'll stand by that. Havertz at Chelsea got an average of like 6 goals a season. I don't care, he won the Champions League. That's terrible. That's like Gabby Agbonlahor record. Torres is fouled. It's free kick to Villa as he rolls around. Press for Arsenal. Yeah, Emmy's trying to say, this is like 2 or 3 fouls they've done now. Yeah. Oh, it's a nasty one. It's a nasty one from Havertz. He probably should get a booking for that. Guys, happened. Cash, I missed. Yeah. I don't think it's serious, but he did go off, Cash. Flat Cap says a bit edgy. Errors on both teams. And Matthew says game is a bit too scrappy. Jerome says a bit shaky. Drop Shot says the game's got 0-0 all over it. Here's Konza for Villa. 5 minutes until half time. It is Still 0-0. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot today. Rogers, that's nice. Rogers twisting Rice. Still going, Rogers. He's in the box now. Rogers! Oh! Wow. Gets the ball in the middle. David Raya spills that initially. Right, I tell you, this boy has some genuine quality. Rogers dribbles so well, almost through their entire team. And his cross eventually gets caught by David Raya, but twisted Rice left and right. £100 million player, by the way. Twisted him up like a pretzel. Unfortunately, not quite the end product we wanted, but that's a really good player. Finally, someone taking initiative, you know, having the balls to take players on. The only Villa player who would often do that is Jacob Ramsey. Bailey sometimes, but he's someone who likes to run into open space rather than take on multiple players. Here's Declan Rice, switches to play. Good pass actually to Saka. Saka to White. And Villa force Arsenal all the way back to halfway line. 3-0 it'll be to Villa to Buster Barley. I mean, that is a very bold prediction. Very bold indeed. Ben White for Arsenal. 3 minutes until the end of the first half. I mean, you're probably going to have a fair bit of added time as well with a couple of Villa injuries and some stoppages along the way. Maybe like 3-4 minutes. Thomas Partey for Arsenal. Pass through the middle. Goodness me, Villa. Odegaard pokes it to Saka. Saka to Odegaard in the box. Ben White now. White cross. Bailey hacks it away. Partey, that's a good tackle. No foul from Rogers. Fantastic. Tielemans now. That's brilliant from Tielemans. Takes 2 players out of the game. Rogers on the run for Villa. Watkins down the middle. Finds Bailey into the box. Bailey! Where is that to? Bailey doesn't even look as he shifts the ball at his feet. And it's just no one there. I think Bailey expected someone to be there. Wasted a counter-attack again from Villa. We've not had that many in this game. It's decision making again, man. Such a bizarre thing to do. Goodness me, man. Villa put out their UCL trophy in the middle to show. Yeah, we did. we gotta show Arsenal who real European Cup winners are, you know. Oh man, that's brilliant. We always do it, to be fair, but it's quite funny on the teams who don't win it. Rogers goes for a shot, it's deflected. Bailey in the box. Bailey tries to be fancy and chip David Raya. But, yeah, it's a simple catch in the end. Yeah, simple save. David Raya in the end. He's trying to be cheeky there, Bailey. I feel like, again, I keep saying it, right? But it is true. It's decision making. Are you really going to chip David Raya from there? You're most likely not going to do it. Would be great for like a TikTok or Instagram reel. Probably get like 1 million views, right? But he's a Premier League goalkeeper and a very good one at that. You're probably not going to score that. And it's another wasted chance for Villa. Martinelli against Nedeljkovic. And that's brilliant defending from the fullback. You know what? Nedeljkovic has dealt with Martinelli so well in this game. I was very worried, actually, when he came on. Well, Martinelli. Quite well indeed. Finishing first half with a bit of pressure to flat cap. We are. It's just a shame we're not really doing much with said pressure. We're getting the ball in dangerous areas. We're counter-attacking Arsenal. We've done it like 4 or 5 times. But the end product's just not really there. It really wasn't there, Ollie. With that sitter in the first half. I don't even want to look. What's the XG Villa on? That must be high. Somehow 0.4. I refuse to believe that chance from Ollie was less than like 0.7. I refuse to believe it. Nedeljkovic with another tackle. Yuri Tielemans into Rogers. Rogers to Bailey with a... Actually, I should have said Watkins instead. Watkins dropped quite deep actually to receive that ball, and then he gave it away as well. 6 minutes added time at the end of this first half. I said it would be a lot. There's been a lot of stoppage. Have you been all over them? I wouldn't say that, no. I think Arsenal have been the better side in this game. But yeah. I just read a comment as well. I said Bailey isn't Watkins. Yeah, Bailey can't chip down Raya. Watkins can. At least with that one, right? Raya's off his line and Ollie's one-on-one, right? So you can understand why he chipped him. But in Bailey's shot, there's a defensive line there and Raya's on his line. You're not Ronaldinho. You're not going to chip that. I don't even think he could do that. At least consistently. Like, it was such a bizarre thing to an attempt, really. But yeah, the score is 0-0, remains 0-0. I will give credit to Arsenal. I've got Arsenal viewers on both my YouTube and my live. My YouTube and my TikTok live. So I'll give credit to Arsenal. I think they have been the better team. But we've had the better chance. I don't think Arsenal fans would disagree with that. We created easily the better chance. Watkins should have scored. I mean, you'd imagine even Kai Havertz probably would have buried that. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But you'd think a top forward would. Is Gabriel, edge of the box. Clips it out wide to Martinelli. First time cross. Onana heads it away. Bailey now. Arsenal trying to squeeze Villa in the corner. Good pass from Bailey. Nedeljkovic just hacks it away. Bit of hoofball. Watkins wrestling. Arsenal win it back. Give it away though. Bailey now goes down. Wants a free kick. Timber has fouled Bailey according to the referee and he's complaining at the linesman. Free kick to Aston Villa. And they are not happy with that. But I mean, it is a foul. You can't do that. They're physical, and then they wonder why a foul is given. Don't be physical, mate. It's not hard to do. Oh, good pass from Konza. Tielemans has to do very well under pressure there. It's a very short pass from Konza with two men behind him. Konza now back to Emi Martinez. The Villa crowd applaud the bit of possession. Emi into Digne. Come on, Villa. McGinn now. Good bit of pivot in there. And again, Rodgers. Oh, Rodgers is cold. Rodgers keeps going. Trips past one. Fouled by Rice. Should be a booking for Declan Rice. It is. And Morgan Rodgers. What a first half he's had, man. He's absolutely brilliant. Who did he cook in midfield there? Was it Thomas Partey he cooked? He went past one like he weren't even there. And Declan Rice had to bring him down with a yellow card. Top class, that. Love that. Absolutely love it. He's definitely been our best player so far. Should have... You know what? He also... I don't know why this has been hidden as well, mate, because your question was more than fine. He said, what do I think of Nedeljkovic so far? I think he's been pretty good. He dealt with Martinelli well. I think we've just witnessed the worst free kick of the season. We have witnessed the worst free kick of the season. We don't even have to debate it. Villa have a free kick on the halfway line and we give the ball away. And Tielemans has to slice it. To avoid a counter-attack, Tielemans has to hack it for a goal kick. Digne now apologising. What on earth was that? I think he just gets the contact all wrong. But goodness me. Jack says, I hate Aston Villa. Well, cheers, mate. Who do you support? Go on, tell me. I see a football team in your profile picture. I'm guessing that's your little either school team, six-a-side, all that. Well, it's too big for a six-a-side, but you're either a Wolves fan, Baggies fan, Blues fan, or a Covent. Surely, I know Cov fans hate Villa, but Villa really don't care about Cov. Villa hardly care about West Brom, and even they're fairly close. Need both teams to score. Not going to happen, is it? I feel like a one-goal winner either way. That's what I think. I predicted 1-0 Villa before the game. Look, if you've not watched any of this game and you needed Villa to score, don't watch Ollie Watkins miss. You will want to vomit. I'm a Villa fan. It still sickens me. It's still playing in my head. Don't go online and look at Ollie Watkins miss. Horrendous. Yeah, he saw it. I just had to do a verification thing to stay live for some reason. Yeah, the miss was terrible, wasn't it? Yeah. So, if anyone's got a bet for Ollie to score, or if, God forbid, like, you know the ones where it's like Ollie to score first, and I imagine that would have been quite a popular bet because he scores quite frequently against them, and if they've seen that, oh man, gut wrenching. Absolutely. Here's Partey for Arsenal. Less than 10 seconds now to the end of the first half here. Ooh, Martinelli. Last attack of the half, you'd imagine. If he goes back, that's fine. Yeah, it is. I was going to say, if he went back, it's half time. He did go backwards. That is half time. It's Villa 0, Arsenal 0. I think, I mean, overall, well, I want to be positive. I think Villa we've been okay. We've not made it super easy for Arsenal. We also should have scored. Rodgers has been brilliant. Ollie, I don't know what's going on with Ollie. Ollie, since he's come back from England, doesn't look like Ollie Watkins. Don't really know what's going on. Yeah, Rodgers is running the gaff. Someone who has the balls to take players on. Like I said earlier, it only seems to be him and Ramsey who have the balls to do it. Some players like to run into open spaces, like Bailey. You give Bailey like acres down the right, he'll find it. But you put players in front of him and he'll probably go backwards. Rodgers has the ball sometimes to take players on. And look what can happen. He twisted Rice like a pretzel, went round him, went into the box, and it was a decent cross. I mean, it could have been a bit better, but he got the ball into that area and asked questions. And then, not long after that, literally rolls the ball round Partey, gets past him, and Rice literally has to hack him down, get a yellow to stop Rodgers on the attack. So yeah, he's had a great game. How did Watkins not score? Only he'll know that. Only he will know that, because I imagine look. You give Ollie that chance 10 times, he'll bury it 9 out of them. 9 out of 10. We've seen the 1 out of 10 he misses. He'll bury the rest, and that's how it is in football sometimes. I think the opportunity just came really fast. I think it was Gabriel who got tackled. Villa's press actually did something. Rodgers pokes it through with a topo into Ollie. And yeah, I don't know. He doesn't take a touch. He usually does. He hits it first time, slices it wide. I feel like if he got a touch of the ball first, maybe that means Raya gets out to him quicker. So maybe he thought he needed to take it there and then. But he just completely miscues it. I don't think he gets the contact he wants at all. I think it's not come off the right part of his foot and it's gone wide. That's my reasoning behind that. Can see Duran coming off of Watkins soon, says Lewis. I mean, Duran, it's a weird world we're living in right now. That Duran looks like more of a threat than Ollie. Duran played 20 minutes against West Ham and has been more prolific in that time and has been more of a problem for opposition in that time than Watkins has in the 2 games he's played so far. Yeah. And look, I think Duran's actions in the summer have been terrible. He did apologise. We'll see if he means it. Maybe he had to. To apologise to the Villa fans. Maybe he felt it was necessary. Maybe it was told to do it. Whatever. But I'll give him credit that he's working hard. Thoughts on Watkins' miss? It's all I've been talking about. The Watkins miss was terrible, mate. Yeah, it sickens me. Lewis said he looks well off the pace. Rodgers, magician. How good is Rodgers, man? I had someone in my stream earlier today say they don't think Rodgers will do anything at Villa. Today, before the game, he said he doesn't think Rodgers will reach any heights with Villa. And even before he played today, I defended Rodgers and I said, look, at West Ham he controlled the show in the first half. And I think he's someone who had to transition from the Championship to the Premier League in January. Didn't look out of place in a Champions League team, and he's been the best player for Aston Villa today, easily. Easily. We have got an absolute bargain for Rodgers for what we paid for him. I'm more than delighted. So yeah. 4 players down in one half. Are they made of glass? Well, we've had Cash get injured. Bailey went down. Who else got hurt? Who else got hurt other than those two? I'm trying to think now. Bailey's one was kind of... Oh, Saka got snapped in half by Digne. Yeah. It's quite funny because it was in front of the Arteta's bench and he was just going crazy on the sidelines. Watkins looks rusty. I agree. Oh, Nana. Yeah, he did, didn't he? I forgot. It's like a minute in the game, wasn't it? Yeah, Nana went down. That one, that didn't really mean anything. But it's true. It's why there was loads of stoppage, though. Like 6 minutes, weren't it? 6 minutes of stoppage time. What do you guys think, though? Got a lot of Villa fans in the chat, obviously, because I'm a Villa fan. I probably, have like 2/3 Villa. What do you guys think? Are you positive? Is it something? I think at the very least it's something to build upon. I would, taking the Villa tinted glasses, putting them on the table, right? I think Arsenal have been the better team. Not, marginally. I don't think it's by a great deal, but I think their passing is better than us, and I think they've been a bit more dangerous. However, we have had the best chances in the game, hands down. Hands down. Villa on the break have been quite threatening. Decision making has been questionable. Bailey on a number of occasions has just basically made the wrong pass, the wrong decision. There was a point where he should have, he went for goal, tried to chip David Raya from inside the box when Raya's on his line. It's like decision making like that. There was a point where Villa on the break, he doesn't even look right and he shifts the ball there and there's no target. I feel like decision making needs to improve, but yeah, I'd say like Arsenal have marginally dominated the game. Emi with an unbelievable save against Saka to deny them the first goal. Score is 0-0, mate. Arsenal control possession. We have been quicker on the counter. I think Arsenal really struggled with their counter attack. I think they've struggled with Rodgers. I think Arsenal fans will agree with that. And Declan Rice literally had to hack his ankles in order to stop him. And that's £100 million defensive midfielder having to do that. I think he has been causing havoc for Arsenal. But yeah, Ollie, as a lot of you have said in my chat today, Ollie does look a bit rusty. It is true. I think Tielemans as well. He's been all right, but I think Tielemans was a lot better against West Ham than what he's been today. And yeah, just seeing the save again, fantastic. World's number one for a reason. Copa America winner, 2 tournaments in a row, World Cup winner. This man is incredible. I don't care what anyone says. He's best keeper on the planet. I don't care. My bias is through the roof. My agenda is through the roof. Emi is best keeper on the planet. I love him. If Emi played for your club, you'd say it. I absolutely promise you. Best in the world. I don't care what anyone says to that. The only club that can say something to me, I think, at Liverpool. I think Alisson is obviously world class, right? He's probably the best one-on-one shot stopper. Has been for the last 10 plus years. If you go back 10 years, you're not going to get someone better than that. But I just think Emi's consistent, man. I love him. Emi ain't better than Onana. I think there's a keeper in United's academy that probably could give Onana a battle for best at the club. Never mind the Premier League. Goodness me. Onana shouts are crazy. Watkins should be scoring that inside first 20. I agree. What he should have scored. I've said it. I need to not keep saying it because people are going to be very bored on this account if I just keep saying Watkins should have scored. He should have. It's a terrible miss. And I need to not keep bringing it up. It was bad. Was painful. And Ollie wears his heart on his sleeve when he plays. He's an emotional player. And in games where he's cooking. Think of when we battered Liverpool 7-2, right? Several years ago at this point. When we battered them, Ollie got a goal within 4 minutes and was unplayable. I wouldn't have picked a different striker on that day. After he got that first goal, that man was a demon. He's emotional player. It works both ways. He misses a big chance, he struggles, and I feel like he's not going to score today. And he came off after 60 against West Ham. Duran came on and made the world of a difference, and I feel like that may have to happen again. I like managers who make those big substitutions. Sometimes you got to do it. You know, if they don't work, they sometimes get criticism, which is silly. Because I'd rather a manager make a ballsy decision like that. So yeah, I would be tempted to bring on Duran around the same time. Duran was brilliant against West Ham. He was up there for a start today, in my humble opinion. Watkins started slow. I think he'll come out better and grab a goal. I would love that. We'll see, mate. I want to eat my own words. I want Ollie Watkins to make me formally apologise to him on my hands and knees, you know? We'll see. Rodgers is fucking class. He is. He's brilliant. And I need to stop the swearing, because every time I let my fucking tongue loose, I get a notification come up saying I've been like age restricted or whatever on TikTok. And I'm like, you know, I hate this app sometimes. TikTok's horrible. It's so stupid. You have to like treat everyone in your chat like they're babies. Honestly, you can't be your true self on this platform. So you genuinely have to watch what you say. Sometimes I just don't care. Today I don't care as much, but yeah. Signs Sancho offers, says Poten's left hook. No, I'd rather not have the wages. Cheers. But yeah, no thank you very much. Yeah, nearly 8k. Guys, please double tap the screen. We've got 40 of you in the TikTok live. We've had a lot of viewers today. I think we are up to like 130 at one point. Take a point, says William. I would indeed. I would love that. You know, the Villa fan on my YouTube says... Sorry, I've not read some comments on it. I apologise. Early days, we need Duran on Ramsey, Matson, Buendia. Medford says, thought we were weak, but we'll get better. Liverpool fans disagree. Yeah. I read that bit. Man United need Olsen. And you know that the Gertrude, the Dutch right back. I would love that. I think Cash, especially with Cash getting injured, actually might have saved us. We might have saved it. Look, people get mad at me sometimes because I'm a bit critical of Cash. Cash is shit. I don't care what anybody says, right? Cash is shit. We are a Champions League team with a championship right back. I have said this a million times, right? Cash started his career, played most of his career before Villa as a winger. Played 1 year at right back, and we bought him. He's not a right back. That's not where he's trained most of his life. And we're playing Champions League football with him at right back, man. Like, seriously, it's 2024. We're not that far away from 2025, and we still have cash ball. Goodness me, man. Like, we've got our left side is amazing. We've got, you know, 3 unbelievable left backs. We've got Alex Moreno, who's having to go out on loan, Luca Digne, and one of the best in the world in Ian Matson, right? Our right side is diabolical in comparison. Nedeljkovic could be very good, but it's completely unknown because we've signed him from a European team I don't even remember, to be honest. He had to go back on loan to them we bought him in January, went back on loan. And we got Matty Cash, who's shocking. Before that, we had Ashley Young, who's like, 40 now? He's still somehow playing in the Premier League for Everton. I don't know how that's happened. I thought he'd have retired by now, to be honest, but it is what it is. Our right side has been diabolical, man, compared to our left. And I don't understand. We can't just... If Cash is injured for a significant amount of time, which could happen, you know, he's gone off injured today. Nedeljkovic, on his own... We need backup, man. Nedeljkovic should be an impact sub. He should not be a starter. At least, look, he could be one of the best fullbacks ever. You don't know. We've not seen too much of him. And he's been all right, to be fair to him. But... it's a lot to pile on a player who's new. For that reason alone, he shouldn't be starting. Or at least have someone. I'm being too negative. Look, I might be too negative. Fine. I don't mind. I don't mind you saying I'm too negative. That comment for some reason was muted. And I'll even allow it, right? Because, you know, I have democracy on this channel, I guess. I'm not going to suppress... Look, we all have freedom of speech. I'm a bit negative. I feel like I'm a bit of a realist. Maybe that's a bit negative. But you can't honestly tell me Cash is a good fullback. You really can't. If you truly believe that, fair enough, right? And I want Cash. I want him to go and prove me wrong. I want Cash to be incredible. I genuinely, I want this to happen. I want to look like an idiot. I will always back Villa players, right? When they're playing, I'll always back them. Like, you know, you go to the games, you're not going to boo your own players, right? But I'm still allowed to have opinions on said players as well. And I want players like Cash to prove me wrong. I just feel like Cash ain't good enough. That's, you know. And some people are giving Cash criticism against West Ham. He conceded a penalty. I actually thought Cash played all right against West Ham in the first half. And I gave him credit. And as soon as I gave him credit, he got kind of torn to pieces by Kudus in the second half. So yeah. It's Ad said he won 400 quid off Haaland hat-trick. No way, man. Fair play. Fair play. That's cool. Watkins knows he's playing week in, week out. The thing is, with Ollie, if he doesn't perform for a few games, Duran has to start. You can't. Like, I don't think for any club, any player should not be like that guaranteed they could have, you know, 5 out of 10 performances every week and still start. That should never happen at any team at any level, right? Whether it's Erling Haaland, whether it's, you know, Odegaard, I don't care, right? If you're not playing well, consistently not playing well, you shouldn't start. That doesn't mean drop completely. That could mean bench impact sub, but you shouldn't start. I don't care. Ollie's probably our best player. Or, well, Villa fans, my opinion is Emi Martinez is our best player, and then Ollie's our second best player, but, you know, I don't care about that conversation right now. But all I'm trying to say is if Ollie's not performing, take him off. I love Ollie. We took Ollie off against West Ham. Duran was the best player on the pitch, and he got us the winner. It's not rocket science, man. Sometimes you got to make those decisions. Got to be bold. No player should feel super comfortable that no matter how they play, they'll always play every week. They should play based on consistency, right? Purple patch is one thing, but they should. This consistency I care about, right? If you score like, I remember, I'll give an example, right? Anwar Al Ghazi, I think in the month of December, like 4 years ago, scored every game in December and was like probably the best winger in the Premier League, or at least one of the best wingers in that month in the Premier League. Yet was crap for like most of the season. Had one purple patch. I want consistency. I don't want just like 1 month of being incredible, you know? I want someone I can depend on, and I want a player that can help Villa get top 4 again. But yeah, going on a bit of a rant. James said he'll take a draw. Oh, mate, I will definitely. Blues won, Villa lost. Good. Oh, I hate that. I hated when it's Deeney. He said Villa lost, Blues won. Good week. He's such a knob, man. So I love people when they twist it back. To like, I remember, I think it was when he was manager at Forest Green, where people would terrorise him there as well. Yeah, great. If it weren't for Martinez to be down by a couple, exactly. Emi with an unbelievable save kept us in the game. And Potent left up, so I'm being real. Cheers. I try and be as real as possible. Sometimes, right, I'll speak to people related to Villa, and they're really positive, and I get that. Especially if they work for Sky or Talk Sport or whatever, you've got to be positive. I feel like I can say things that are sometimes controversial, or at least appear to be. And one of them is I think Cash is absolute shit. Look, he's a far better footballer than I can ever dream to be. But I want Villa to be in the Champions League consistently. And Cash, neither me or Cash is anywhere near that. That's just my humble opinion. I think Cash could do a job in the Premier League for a number of teams. You know, mid-table down the bottom. But I think for a team fighting Europe, no chance. Would he walk into any other team? I think he'd walk into maybe 5 teams. Down the bottom, that's it. Long ball through towards Declan Rice, of all players, and it's caught by Emi Martinez. We have kicked off for the second half. Still Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 0. Villa with 0.75 XG. And most of that will be on Ollie Watkins' miss, to be honest. I thought we'd have some... what's it called? Match player ratings. Apparently we're not getting that right now. Flash Score usually do it, but they're not doing it today for some reason. Just give me an average rating of 6.6, which is probably about fair. Guys, double tap screen. We've got 8.3k likes on TikTok. We are also live on YouTube and TikTok. 83 of you in the TikTok live. I appreciate all your support. Sorry if I'm mistaken, wasn't Cash injured versus West Ham. He might not have been fully fit, but he did play. I mean, he was sub for Nedeljkovic. So it might be like especially with today him coming off, it might be like a recent injury issue with Matty Cash. But I'm talking in general, he has been shit for a few years now. He works hard. I'll give him that. I will never ever question how hard he works, right? Because he works his socks off. But a bit like Alan Hutton, you're going back 6 years, right? A bit like Alan Hutton, puts in all the hard work, but hasn't got the actual technical ability. And that's very similar to Matty Cash. Someone who always tries, but trying can only get you so far, right? A bit like if Pogba actually tried in his career, he'd be one of the best players ever. Someone who's naturally gifted, but he only ever tried for his national team, Saka into White. Back to Saka again. Partey away from Watkins. Still side-to-side passing from Arsenal. I am going to quickly and briefly check what both sets of fans are saying at half-time. I'll go on Twitter and see. I'll just get more insight. Yeah, the score's 0-0. Still 0-0. Odegaard on the right for Arsenal. I'll see what the Arsenal fans say first, because I've kind of had a lot of Villa fans give me their opinion, and I respect them all. So I'm going to have Arsenal perspective, which is pleased by a striker. One who's a presence in the box and can score goals. I mean, nail on the head there. I said in my own... I don't watch Arsenal week in, week out, obviously, because they're not my team. I said straight away, Kai Havertz is just not the guy that will get you the title. I don't care who I upset with that. Any Arsenal fan in the comments, I'm sorry. I think most of them will know anyway. You will not win a league with Kai Havertz up front. You compare Havertz with Erling Haaland, it's not even a debate. And there's not much difference between Arsenal and City in terms of squad, but that's a big one. That is a big one. Haaland will get you 25 goals a season. What will Havertz get, 15, maybe? Maybe? Like, he doesn't offer that present. Fulkrug, a West Ham player, was having to come off the bench for Germany to help them, and he was in the Euros, and he was providing a lot more than Kai Havertz. A West Ham player now. Like, and, that's your typical tall, big striker. You're going back like 20, 30 years. The last time that was, 30, 40 years, the last time that was relevant. Kai Havertz is more your modern striker, but it's I don't know, man. McGinn, looking for Digne. Might find him, but it's cross. It's deflected into the hands of David Raya. Thanks for the rose, Jay Reeds. I appreciate that, man. Watkins misses ruined my day. Trust me, man. It's pissed me off. Heartbroken, man. GM says, sorry if I'm mistaken. Oh, that was the comment I read earlier, sorry. Watkins has to score there, fuming. And I think I've read it. If I've missed a comment, do let me know. Yeah, I'm still fuming, mate. Just reading some more Arsenal comments. I might have also missed some on the YouTube. We have a lot of Deadwood, Dendonka, Olsen, House Cash. We're getting rid of it slowly, but you are correct. There is a lot of Deadwood there. We have player ratings finally. Goodness me. I just need to update this. Are they gone? They're going to appear on screen? Hello? Don't know what is going on, but we do have player ratings. That's not going to fix it either, for fuck's sake. Why is it not working? I actually don't understand why this ain't working. I've just seen it on Flash Score. Come on. What's this about? Oh, fuck. Oh, whatever. If it doesn't want to update, it doesn't want to update. I can read them out though. I mean, it's given Ollie like a bit of a rough score, 5.9. Digne with Villa's highest rating, and Saliba with Arsenal's. Yeah, it's given Gabriel a 6.6. I think a quite harsh one on Timber as well, 6.4. I don't massively agree with that, but that's what they've chose. Twatetta is nowhere near Gunai Emery in Football IQ. Is a comment in my YouTube. I mean, interesting name. I'd say it's a harsh way of saying what it's my opinion, but you've said it in a harsher way. I think Unai is a better manager, but I think Arteta is up there. But Unai's better. Chance! Onana deflected! Off the bar! Rebound! What a save! David Raya! That might be save of the season! Oh my god! How Villa have not scored! Oh my word! David Raya! Onana's deflected shot loops onto the bar. Watkins, point blank, diving header. David Raya stretches the length of the goal to tip it wide. That's an unbelievable save. I mean, Ollie could direct it more in the corner, but that's an outstanding save. How on earth has he saved that? Villa have missed a 1-on-1, right, with Ollie, as he put it wide, and now a tap-in has been saved. What is going on in this game? Unbelievable save. I can't believe that, man. I can't believe he saved that. I'm in shock that he saved that. Goodness me, man. I'm stunned. I am genuinely stunned that he saved that. Here's Tielemans for Villa. Oh, might be a chase here. Bailey against Timber. He's shrugged off Timber. Here's Bailey. Bailey step over in the box. Men short. Oh, he just kind of ran into bodies. He still has it. But Martinelli, yeah, I mean, Bailey's not done that well, actually, with that, really. Should have done more. Villa still keep it. Oh, there is no way the referee is giving a foul on Havertz there from Konza in the middle of the park. I refuse to believe that. For what? I cannot believe. Yeah, I need him to win my... He should score that, mate. His header is... I mean, it's an unbelievable save from Ryan. Don't get me wrong, right? But he should score. That's a foul. It's a foul on Onana. Referee's trying to play advantage. Bailey through to Rodgers! Deflected. Villa corner. Villa are cooking it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a corner. 56 minutes gone. A booking, I imagine, is going to be shown as well for the foul on Onana. Is Gabriel. He's had a quiet game, really. Compared to Saliba. He's not done that well, Gabriel. It's the Villa crowd, all in fine tune. Come on, man. He should have two now. You think of that finish. Exactly. I said this as well. I said this in my live. That finish against the Netherlands was like perfect placement. You know, needle through thread. He could only find that one spot. And yet here, he's had the whole goal to aim at for both. And he's put one wide and one basically down the middle of the goal. It's a diving header, right? Which, again, I don't know why strikers do this. Surely you're more comfortable with your feet. Surely. No one near Ollie. He had all the time in the world. Keeper on the floor. Why go with your head there? Villa corner. Nearly an hour gone here. Oh, but yeah, look, it's an unbelievable save, but goodness me, man. Corner towards Onana. Oh, he got there as well. It's a really good corner routine, but Onana's header was badly timed. Oh, yeah, the corner routine is brilliant. Onana did a late charge in the box. Got the header. Free header. But timed it all wrong. Waste again. Wasted again. I don't believe this, man. We've had 2 unbelievable chances. We've had a 1-on-1 and a tap-in, and neither have gone in. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Zach, if you want to pay for my ticket, go ahead, mate. Feel free. Gabriel to Saliba. Is Ben White. The Villa crowd, I tell you what, the noise is unbelievable. They're a very reactive crowd, though, because if we're not playing well, they're going to be quiet. But as soon as we start, we start cooking in a game, suddenly they're there. I wish the crowd were always there, but... Oh, brilliant goalkeeping. Brilliant. Odegaard with a cross. And Emi screaming now, wanting something for a foul on Ollie. I forgot the point I was making before that. I'm just seeing this replay again. Ollie Watkins. Yeah, he was fouled by Partey. Partey even looked at him before he did it. I love him. I love Emi. Emi's great. How are we playing? I mean, we should be winning league. Watkins with a diving header. Missed the tap-in. Onana with a deflected shot onto the bar. Dive, full stretch, just missed the ball. But he's on the floor. And Ollie from a rebound, diving header, puts the ball basically down the middle. It's an unbelievable save. I think Ollie just thought Raya won't get up, so I won't have to be precise with the header. And that's been the downfall, because the header was saved. He's Ollie in the box. Ollie's... I mean, he wanted to be fouled, and that is a foul from Torres. They've played advantage. Nedeljkovic against Martinelli. I mean, he does actually well there, Nedeljkovic. It's a good tackle with Tielemans and Rodgers together, and that's an attempted foul on Rodgers. Referee plays on. Rodgers with Bailey out wide. Takes on Partey. Still going. Beats Partey. Still Rodgers. Oh, puts it wide. Does really well, Rodgers. Again, how many times he keeps doing this in the game. Morgan Rodgers has been cooking. Shrugs off Martinelli. Shrugs off Thomas Partey. Through to the box. I feel like maybe he should have gone for a pass there. Throws 2 Arsenal players. Oh, he could have found McGinn there, to be honest. But... he gets a corner for in all fairness. I think David Raya gets a fingertip to the shot. All the best for the season. We get you next as Kaysen. I mean, I wouldn't want to play Villa right now if I was an opposition fan. I think Villa, we are looking pretty good, to be fair. Should be winning this game. One of the best teams in the country, and we should be beating them. Need I say more? But yeah, Arsenal wins, need to finally win the league. I mean, they're not going to win the league playing like this. Corner comes in, Raya punches it away. Nedeljkovic keeps it alive. Yeah, Arsenal playing like this won't win the league. I'll tell you now. And look, I want someone else to win the league because I'm sick of City winning it every year. But I am a realist on this channel. Arsenal will not win the league playing like this. They weren't great against Wolves. And they've definitely not been amazing against Villa. Villa have had the best 2 chances in this game. Long ball for Watkins, caught by David Raya. 62 minutes in, it's 0-0. How you doing, Murad? What's good? And drop shot. Is it Diop shot? I just call it AH. Funny to see United lose today. It's always funny to see United lose and Mark Goldbridge react to it. Who's this Rodgers guy? Has had a good game. Well, Morgan Rogers played for Middlesbrough. Villa signed him in January, and he's been involved with Aston Villa ever since. He actually scored against Chelsea in his last game for Middlesbrough. He scored in a hammering, I think. It was like a 4-1 or a 5-1. He got the final goal of the game. Signed for Villa, and he's been very good at Villa, in all fairness. Very, very good. Here's Saka. Saka for Arsenal. Cross. Good header away. Not massively clear, though. And Torres, with an awkward header away. Bailey trying to find Ollie on the counter, but it's once again intercepted. We're just trying to ping it forward to Ollie on his own, basically. Frankfurt put us in a chokehold. Watching as a Dortmund fan against Frankfurt, the game is going very mad. Fair enough, man. Anana is on you. He's playing quite well as well. What do I say? Villa will win this. I mean, if you were to pick a Villa... I need to repeat what I was going to say there. If you were to pick a winner, you would pick maybe Arsenal. Oh, what a flick away that is. The Delkovic. Arsenal probably should have scored. I need to hold my tongue there. Saka. 1-on-1. What is he doing? He just played the pass sideways. It's a really good flick away by Nedeljkovic. And now Villa on the break with Onana. Only Watkins with him. And that's a foul as well from Partey. It's a free kick to Aston Villa. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant from Onana. Just seeing the replay here. I was going to say you'd bank on Villa getting the winner, but, I mean... Oh, he's probably offside there, Saka. Yeah. So the chance didn't mean anything anyway. Saka in on goal, tried to square it, and he lost the ball. John Duran is coming on. Go on, Duran. Go on, son. Ollie's off. I did say this. I said this. 60 minutes into a game, if Ollie's not playing well, we've got to make these type of changes. And it's just like the West Ham game. We're seeing Ramsey on for McGinn, and we're seeing Duran on for Ollie Watkins. This is a really good substitution. Come on, the boys. Oh, it's you. How you doing, Love? Oh, yeah. It is Loveridge. I thought it was. How you doing, man? Hello on YouTube and TikTok to you. And the fans are singing Jacob Ramsey's name. Wir liebe Dortmund, says Murad, the Dortmund fan. You'll see. Yeah, Ramsey's not started because he's coming back from injury, basically. He had a long time out. He's had quite a rough spell with injuries recently, actually. So I'm glad to see him play. Free kick. Chance. Back post. Oh! Ezri Konza, I think that was. Flicks a shot across. I need to see the replay of this again. I accidentally knocked my headphone out. That's a free kick. Oh, man, Konza. You want that to fall to anyone else but Konza. Duran is inches away from getting a header on there. Konza could have gone for goal there, to be honest. He could have done anything. Oh, my life. Got a feeling Duran will score the winner? I'd love it. I would love it. 66 minutes gone. Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 0. Guys, double tap the screen. We're at 8.7k likes. Any likes, follows, shares, roses, whatever, will all be appreciated. I can't believe I'm saying that with my... I appreciate roses. Oh man, TikTok's a funny app. But yeah, I appreciate it all. It's Saka against Ramsey. Is it a goal for Dortmund, Murad? He's Odegaard. Gabriel. I'd fancy a Villa goal right now, to be honest. Since Watkins missed, though, it's knocked a little bit of the wind out of Villa, to be honest. I think that's why the subs came. Digne with a temporary tackle on Saka. On the byline, he keeps it in. Good ball. Goal. Fuck's sake, man. Trossard 1-0. Fuck's sake, man. Trossard's a top player. He's a top player. Villa don't clear the lines. Trossard buries it. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's a top finish. I think it's Rodgers. He doesn't quite get the clearance he wants. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Sickening. We should clear that ball. We should clear that ball. I think I'm going to watch the replay again, right? Saka with a really good cross on the byline. Yeah, Ben White with a dummy. Saka with a cross. The ball stays in. Oh, man. With Rodgers tackling Havertz, the ball falls to Trossard. You couldn't write that. A tackle. He literally tackles Havertz and the ricochet goes to Trossard. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Should be 2-0 up in this game, we're losing. Should be 2-0 up. Jack says Watkins one season wonder. Maybe you should sign some players. Do the Liverpool know this thing called a transfer window? Do they know what it is? Because I feel like they don't. You got to sign some players, mate. You want to be in a title race anytime soon, you got to do it. It's Trossard. Teams like this will take your spot. Goal kick given. Good tackle on Trossard. Sal Rodgers. I mean, Rodgers has been brilliant in this game, in all fairness. It's just a bit unlucky that the ricochet from Rodgers has gone to Trossard. It's the Villa way, really, to dominate with chances and then to concede a goal. I think Arsenal have had more possession, but Villa have had two best chances of this game. And they get a slice of luck, and Trossard scored. He's a top player, Trossard. He should start. I don't know why he doesn't start. I feel like he offers more for them. Goodness me. Yeah, it's frustrating. You're letting Spurs down, man. Mate, Watkins letting Spurs down. He's an Arsenal fan. What do you expect? I can't believe... I'd rather lose in a different way. I'd rather lose and get battered than this. It hurts more when you play well and then lose. We've been very good in this game. Man, Villa get a throw in. Tackle from Saka. Digne with the throw. Who assisted Trossard? No one. It was a tackle from Rodgers on Havertz, and the ball ricocheted to Trossard. He scored. Right place, right time, Trossard. I'll give him that. Just a bit of fortune. I suppose you need it sometimes in the sport. But we've just not had any today. We hit the crossbar with a deflected shot. We have a one-on-one with Ollie, which was put wide. We have a tap-in. Watkins diving header. Saved. Ramsey tries to poke it forward towards Duran. Intercepted, though. I feel like our chance might have gone. That's probably a foul, to be honest. No foul given. It looked like one on Saka, to be fair. Villa down the right. 20 minutes to go. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Bailey into Rodgers. Rodgers deflected shot. Come on! Villa corner. Gabriel tackle. Come on, the Villa. Yeah, I know, Luke. Corner, Villa. In swinger. Header away at the near post. Poor corner, really. Got to beat the first man. I feel like you should get a fine. If you're a professional footballer, especially in the Premier League, you should get a fine, really. You don't hit that first. You got to beat first man. Saka against Onana. Fouled by Onana. Booking. Yeah, Onana has snapped Saka. Should we be beating these? Yeah, I know. It is what it is. It is what it is. I feel like last season, in the first game at home against Arsenal, we were very good defensively, but they were better than us in the whole game, and we won. And then this season, we've been better than them, and we're losing. It's football. We like I said, we won the game we probably didn't deserve to win, and now we're losing the game we probably deserve to win. Ollie, I tell you what, needs to get the rust off his feet, man. Can't miss chance. That's why I didn't want to play Arsenal so soon in the season, because it took Ollie like 5 games to get going. It was a goal against Chelsea that got his run going, because up until that point he hadn't been playing very well, and that Chelsea goal kind of started his season, but that was like so far into the season. Oh, that's poor from Gabriel, but then Bailey lets him get away with it. Gabriel with a misplaced pass. He's had a poor game, Gabriel, but we've just let him get away with it, really. Watkins can be so frustrating to watch. Could have had at least 2. He's not bad. He's had a bad game. Watkins is a top player. People are going to be reactionary, right? I get that. But Ollie had one of the best seasons any player's had in the Premier League. He got the most assists. He got nearly the most goals without penalties. Like, to do that, he had a lot more goals than penalties. Penalty takers who start every week. So he's just had one bad game. I think he's not fully fit. Rodgers with a beautiful turn on the run. I tried to find Digne, heavy touch. Rodgers has been brilliant. That's one thing I will take from this game. Morgan Rodgers has terrorised this defence. He just keeps running and running and running, and they've really struggled to stop Rodgers. 74 minutes in the game, 1-0 Arsenal. Murad said, AJ, I love how our games are going opposite. We'll see. Just like Villa, Dortmund won't win the Bundesliga. Or your division. I should say your own division, because I think Villa obviously cannot win the Bundesliga. We won't win our own league. So there you go. Should have said that. 1L would have been enough, but cheers, mate. I think you're a Birmingham fan. You're in League 1. How's League 1? You're playing Wickham. Teams like that. How I'm getting banter from Blues fans is crazy. They have no shame. Birmingham fans have no shame. They play Wickham and Exeter and Stevenage, We're playing the best teams in the country. Best teams on the planet. Have shame. Have shame. Odegaard into Partey. Alama says I actually want Villa here. I think a draw is more than fair here. Villa preparing 2 subs. The fact that we're losing this game is heartbreaking. We've been pretty good in this game. We've had 2 best chances in this game. Should have scored. Odegaard fouled. A bit of a soft one there, but free kick. Can't stay Arsenal fans. Oh, well, yeah, we're not going to hear the end of it. Matson's coming on. He probably should have come on, to be honest. Onana off is interesting. Barkley, debut. Well, his second debut at Villa. He was on loan, but as a starter now. Well, not a starter, but as a official signing. Liverpool fans will be scared of Barkley. Last time he did really well as a player was against Liverpool. He cooked in 1 game, and that's it. He hasn't done anything for well, to be fair, it's a bit harsh on his Luton days, I suppose. But in terms of Villa, it's been 4 years since he's done anything of note. We'll see. Matson's a class player. I love him. Should have started. Yeah, Benjamin, I agree, mate. I agree. How you doing, SB? Please do not spam the chat. I would appreciate that. Guys, we're on 9k likes on TikTok. Any likes, follows, shares will all be appreciated. I am live on both YouTube and TikTok. Feel free to watch either. Or both. You want to really help support me. So, Saka into Odegaard. 14 minutes to go here. Still 1-0 to Arsenal. Gabriel, that's a great ball. Trossard. Saka now, back stick. Partey. Goal. Emmy gets a finger, not enough. 2-0, game over. Oh, Partey scores. And that is game over. That is game over. That is game over. I didn't even update the scoreline last time, oops. No one reminded me. So Thomas Partey makes it 2-0. We're not going to talk about his accusations or anything like that. And I find it funny, a Liverpool fan is making fun of Emi Martinez. Are we not forgetting the countless of horror mistakes? Hang on. Alisson made a mistake against Arsenal last year. Literally the last time you played, wasn't it? Where there was a mixed communication between him and Van Dijk. How on earth you've had the bottle to say that? When literally the last time you played this team, your keeper gave an open goal. Who scored? Was it? I can't remember if it was. I think it was Martinelli. He got the tap in. But how you've had the bottle to say that when Alisson did that against Arsenal is crazy. Yeah, 2-0 Arsenal. It is what it. Look, that's football. That is football. I am a realist. It happens. I did say even at 0-0 at half time, Arsenal have had a lot of the possession. They'd been slightly the better team, but we had the best chances. Had the best chance, singular, in the first half, and then Watkins with a tap in which he missed in the second half. And you got to take your chances. You play the best teams. You got to take your chances. It is what it is, and it's cost us today. We'll learn. We'll move on. We started the season with 3 points. We'll get better. How's Thomas Partey scored? Mate, he's as good as my nan. He'd also probably won a shagger. Another belter from Villa's own Louis Barry. He's top class. I love Louis Barry. He is an absolute baller. I still don't think Arsenal win the league, in all fairness. Man City are just that good. Arsenal rode their luck against Wolves and got a win, and they've done it again today. They're a good team, Arsenal. Or they could have another here, though. Villa fell apart. That probably should be 3. Villa defensively are falling to pieces yet. Odegaard has put one over the stand. That's shocking from Villa, man. Konza has fell asleep there. Goodness me, boys. No one in the midfield picking up the runners. Lots of teams lose to Arsenal, no real ground loss. Exactly. We did the double over these last year, so it's probably about time we gave him. Got to give the dog a bone sometimes, you know. Missed chances. Yeah, the missed chances did come back to bite us. They usually do. It's Premier League, you know. It's not the Championship. It's not the Conference League. You miss chances, they're gonna hurt, and it is what it is. But yeah, I'll get Arsenal fans in my comments, right? On TikTok, on my live and all that. We did beat them twice last year. I think a lot of the comments from Arsenal fans is just like sadness and upset from last year when we stopped them winning the league. A lot of it will be down to that. It's like that hatred that has still lasted. You know, they went on that good run. Drew with City. Celebrated drawing against City, even though they needed to win. But whatever. And then they lost to Villa, which stopped them winning the league. So they're going to be upset with that, which is fair enough. Barkley. Trying to find Duran. He's sliced it out of play. Dear Lord. Yeah, it's 2-0. It is 2-0 Arsenal. Goals by Trossard and Thomas Partey. Honestly, think Watkins might have swung. I mean, look, guys, let's not get reactive, right? Let's not get reactive. It's 2 games. And Ollie should have scored 2 goals today. Fair enough, but it's fine. We move on. If he doesn't perform, Duran will start. It's that simple. It is that simple. I still think this papers over a little bit of the cracks for Arsenal. They've not had a good transfer window. They weren't very good against Wolves. And, you know, Cunha missed a great chance for them. Wolves created a few really good opportunities and didn't take them. Villa created even bigger chances and didn't take them. And, you know, Arsenal probably get better as this season develops, but they've got to be better than this. If they want any chance of winning the league, they've got to be. This is like a 6 out of 10. They've done well and take their chances. Like that's the difference in the two teams. One has taken their chances, the other one hasn't. Which is why, you know, Villa are nowhere near challenging a title. But if Villa were, or at least expected to, I'd be criticising them in the same way. is Maatsen. Villa get thrown. Yeah, how Watkins has not scored a goal today is insane. Should have scored two. How he's not got at least one is incredible. And it's been the downfall. You can't miss those two against one of the best teams in the country and not expect repercussions for that. Arsenal were more than here for the taking today. That's what I mean. They're not going to win the league. Like, you can't play unless they drastically improve. They're not going to win the league. But we are letting them get easy points here because we're missing silly chances. Terrible shot from, was that Odegaard? No, it's Trossard. Again, he's probably took out a seagull there. Rodgers, brilliant. Yeah, that's some positives I'll take today. Rodgers has been brilliant. I am probably going to get cooked in TikTok comments. We'll see. Oh, Ramsey is in on goal. Ramsey's in for Villa. Oh, great save. I mean, brilliant ground covered by Saliba, but it's a really good save from David Raya. Ramsey was put through on goal there, but you'd fancy... Look, you'd want this to be Duran. You'd want this to be Ollie. Ramsey's not the quickest, and the pace of Saliba there is fantastic. Really good defending. He's one of the best in the world. I'll give him that. It's a shame he's probably like... I mean, people say Gabriel's just as good as him, which is stupid. Corner to Villa. Header away at the near post. Oh, they could hit us on the break here. Ben White. Villa's corner wasn't great. Oh, good tackle by Duran. And Duran has actually tripped Bailey in the process and hurt him. Oh, they're really not putting the ball out of play. You're winning 2-0, lads. Saka against Maatsen. Yeah, it's the Arsenal way. It's the Arsenal way. Now Saka's gone down again. Well, it is what it is. We beat them twice last year, and like I said, we stopped them winning the league, so you can't beat them every time. What's annoying is I think we've played better today than the previous two games against them, and yet we're losing this one and we won the other two. It's a funny sport. It is a funny sport. Yeah, it's not arguably. We literally, if they beat us, they win the league. They lose. They not just lose, they lost 2-0 with Watkins celebrating in the away end as he chips David Raya. Like, he broke Arsenal heart. You had fans leaving the ground straight after he scored. Even though there was like 5 minutes to play, you had fans leaving. Even though they had a really good season, they were leaving because they thought they were going to lose, and they did lose. And Villa have played very well today. Look, I care more about performances at this point because the season, it's a very long season, 38 games. We already have 3 points. You know, Souček sticks that on target, and the last minute we get a point, not 3. So you can be sad, you can be upset, but right now I care more about performances. And in 2 games, we've been the better team in both. Okay, I'll reword that. We were a better team in the first game. We've had the better chances in the second game. As long as you create chances, I'm happy. I think it would be unfair to say we've been the better team, obviously, but we've created the better chances in this game. And as soon as we conceded the second... Well, not even that. As soon as we conceded the first goal, I think we fell apart a little bit. Maatsen with space to run into. He's done well here. Maatsen with only Duran in the box, though. Cross does find Duran. Great block and a second block again. And is that going to be a corner? It is a corner. I think Odegaard thinks that was staying in. Yeah, good tackle in the end. Oh, the referee actually weren't looking when it hit Maatsen's foot. I think it already went out by that point. Arsenal are humbling you. Who do you support? Blues. You're in League One. Enjoy Exeter away, mate. I'm sure the cider will treat you well. I used to have decent banter with Blues fans, you know. Because like they'd be in the Championship, so there's always that threat of they could have a good season, they could go in the Premier League. League One, I'll just laugh. You're literally like you're as close to Solihull Moors as you are Villa, right? Maybe start banter groups against Solihull, because that might be your level at some point, you know. Crazy. I can't believe you're playing teams like Wickham in a league game. Mental. Oh man. You got teams like Solihull and Tamworth that are. I can't believe I'm saying this, right? I can't believe it's true, but it is. That Solihull and Tamworth, two local teams to Birmingham, are just as close to Blues in a league than they are to Villa. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Osco says if Villa don't do well this season, how long before players like Ollie resist other offers? I mean, I could make a joke about Ollie's performance today, but look, it's 2 games in. People panic way too quick, right? I saw West Ham fans panicking last week when Villa beat them. West Ham comfortably beat Palace today. Like, relax. It's fine. Relax. How are we playing? I'd say overall we played well, but we should have won this game and we're losing, so it hurts more. We should have got 3 points today, but Ollie missed a 1-on-1, and then a literal, well, I would call it an open goal because Raya's on the floor, and it's a diving header tap-in the middle of the goal from 4 yards out, and we don't score either of the two. The fact that we've had both of those, haven't scored either of them, and losing this game is crazy. And fair play to Arsenal's goal. It was a tackle on Havertz, which deflected to Trossard and he scored. Very good finish. Bit of fortune to it, which it sickens me because we've had no luck in this game. But that's football. It happens. We've had it to us. We've had it against us. That's just the sport, you know. I remember against Arsenal last year when we beat them 1-0. Kai Havertz had a goal ruled out for handball, which was a bit harsh, but it happens. That's the sport. Sometimes, you know, things don't go your way. I think we had a bit of luck that day. We've had none today, and that's the sport. Konza, why is Konza in the box? Pushing players forward. Need a goal for Villa as a Manchester United fan, and again, I'm. Just so you guys in chat know, right? So, Blues and Villa, obviously, look, we hate each other. Birmingham City are in League One. I am getting bantered by a team that play their league games in League One. Could you even name every team in League One? I'd struggle. I would struggle. And that's where they play their games. Barkley puts the ball over the bar. And with 4 minutes of added time, 3 to play. Yep. Look at last year. We was bottom because of Newcastle. I mean, yeah, we lost 5-1 to Newcastle on the opening day last year. And we got top 4. So people need to calm, you know? Calma. Crew Alexandra. Another team not that far away. Playing Crew in a league game is wild. Crew. Imagine having Crew as a league game. And bantering a team in the Premier League. It's not even like we're down like, you know, we're a Champions League outfit. The shamelessness is crazy. Yeah, it is what it is, mate. Ollie was so good for us last season, so it's very hard to get on his back. But he did miss 2 huge chances, and if he scored those, we win the game. Football it's about small details, right? And if Ollie makes that 1-0, it's a different game. Ollie certainly should have made it, well, if not 1, but 2-0 with his tap-in. He missed 2 chances. Villa. Yeah. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Oh, Champions League will be fun. I don't care what people say. I will enjoy it. I will definitely enjoy the Champions League. We've got a lot more games. Champions League format has changed. I can't wait to do a video about this game. I can't wait to read what the comments are going to be, because TikTok is full of 10-year-olds who... Yeah. Ugh, fucking hell, man. I had my fun last year, in all fairness. I spent hours watching and listening to like Arsenal fans react when Villa beat them 2-0. And, you know, basically stopped them winning the league. I was enjoying that kind of content for ages. So, you know, it's probably fair in the end. Long ball that Havertz will chase. There is a pass to Odegaard if he finds it, and he does. Poor touch there from Odegaard, back to goal. He's going to need help. Trossard has a deflected shot, and Emmy will stop it from going for a corner. 30 seconds to go. 2-0 to Arsenal. I still don't think they're going to win the league. Should I put that in a video? I could make that a separate video, actually. I don't think Arsenal are going to win the league. I want other teams to do it because I'm sick of City, to be honest. They win it every year, but Arsenal play like this, they won't win the league. They weren't even great against Wolves. Like, they've, you know, 2 6 out of 10 performances. They've got a very good squad and a good manager. And they have won today by 2-0. Probably thanks to that man there, David Raya. Fair play, mate. Because that save he made, it was ridiculous. I think he's got them the points today. And that is the fine margins in the sport. Thank you all for watching. It's been a tough watch in the end. But I think Villa, we've got to look at the positives. We played well, created 2 great chances, and should have scored them. You know, is what it is. Thank you for watching. I'm going to do a video on TikTok. Be sure to watch it. I'll probably do a video at some point in the week on YouTube as well, basically breaking down the 2 games.